Welcome back, everybody. We have just had the return of the true Overlord, or at least the previous Overlord, and Rose has gone down to damage the tower heart, so we're going to go down here and see if we can help her. I did find it interesting that they saved so much of the storyline for this game until this late into it. There have been some minor clues of some of the things that are going to be happening and things that some people could have put together, but I hope that most people were like me and did not see a lot of this coming.
Foolish girl, you have damaged the tower heart. You always were the smart one. If only you'd joined me. No matter. Once I absorb your energy, I will restore it to its full power. Minions!
And I do not have access to any of my spells or minions at this point, so you do have to play through this section with nothing but your melee strikes. The only thing that can be any kind of a hassle here is the green minions that he can send against you. So if you get a chance to take them out before they get to you, like what I did with that first group, that's a good thing. Because once one latches onto you, like the one that's on my leg now, you cannot do anything about them until you shake them off. Which just happens over a set amount of time. They're not a threat, just a nuisance.
You could have been a hero. Just not now.
I think I've managed to weaken the tower heart. You need to go after him, now. Get your minions back. That's the only way you'll stand a chance.
Yuck! That room is full of beetles. They're getting stuck in my boots.
Nothing like a little snack with your entertainment.
Now I have all of my spells back. Also in here are the three people that we just saw walk in: Rose, Velvet, and Gnarl.
Master? Master! Master!
And now we also have our brown minions back. If you walk up to any of the three that are now down here, you'll be able to have them talk to you a little bit. Here is Velvet.
Old Daddy never had time for us before. Always off smiting evil somewhere. New Daddy sees my potential.
He may look like him, but that's not my father.
So based on their comments, you can figure out that the wizard was their father, not the Overlord.
I might even miss you.
And they each have several other comments that they can make. None of them are really that important, though. Probably the only ones that would make much difference are a few of Rose's, and as I go back to get different minions, I'll make sure that I hear any of the ones that I think are important.
Did you have fun killing off your old friends? Don't you remember that they left you for dead? The tower remembers. It has absorbed their whinings, their betrayal of you. Listen to them.
This path had nothing but a way of collecting some brown life
Is he
force.
dead? Surely no one could have survived that fall.
We must help him before they sight us. There may still be a chance.
No, we gotta go. Take what we can and get out of here.
He's right. We vanquished the evil. He has earned his rest. Leave him.
My minions found you, healed you, made you ready to become my successor. Temporarily.
A minion hive. That's it, Sire. Now find the others.
So what I'm doing at this point is recollecting all the different colors of minions. Most of the fights in here will respawn if you go very far away from them at all. The reason why I did go up that path to show you where you could get brown life force is that once you get to this point, there is no going back. You are trapped here. So, if you did not have much brown life force, they did need to provide you a way that you could get it, so that you wouldn't just be stuck. The same is going to be true for all the other minion types. You will have access to a way of getting all 4 colors of minions in here before you actually have to have that color.
For the master.
And now that I have reds, what I usually want to do is I take a group of 40 browns
But you're a fast runner.
and 10 of whatever is the most recent color that I just got back.
You did quite well.
My father was the wizard. The real wizard. Not that he was much of a father to begin with.
Browns.
I still use the browns as my primary fighting force to get through all of the respawning encounters in here, since I was not being able to talk so that you could listen to the storyline that was going on. I'm going to go back over all of the different paths here. As you come in, right to the left, that's where I went and got the brown life force. Once you go through the archway, if you turn to your right immediately, that's the path that went up and went to the red hive. And then this path I'm looking down now, and starting to actually go down, is where we came back with the red hive. You can't go this way to get to it because you had to turn the wheel to create a bridge. And now that we have reds, we can send them out to turn this wheel. That's going to create a bridge for us. I do it first because it does take 10 minions to carry the hive. So if I went and picked up the blue hive over here, I wouldn't have any more of my reds with me to go and turn the wheel. And I do find the story pretty interesting. The fact that while you are the Overlord throughout the game, you actually were part of the group of heroes that came and defeated the previous Overlord. And in the process of beating the Overlord, you got taken down, and the rest of the heroes left you for dead. The minions found you, and that's how the game started, if you remember, is with minions waking you up in the basement of the Overlord's tower. The mage was taken over and actually possessed by the Overlord, and in that body he has corrupted all of the other heroes with whatever vice they were susceptible to. That's a fairly interesting story in my opinion. I kind of wish they had given you better clues throughout the game instead of it just all being right here at the end.
He was the one who sent those raiders after me back in Castle Spree. He wanted me to join with him.
And that was the only other comment that I know of
I think
that
you can
I
definitely
did find fairly relevant. Most of the other comments are like the one she just said, where they're just little filler. And now we're headed to the bridge that we created with the reds. You do want to take out the ones that were back there just so that they don't come up behind you and continue to harass you as you have triggered other fights. And right here across the bridge is the fight that would let you get blue life force if you do need some. And when we go to the right here, we're going down into an area that has a little pool of water, which is of course why we have to have blue minions. So that's all we will take with us into this area. And from where blues are so weak, I'm going to do all of the fighting with the Overlord. If any of my blues had been taken down during the fight, I could of course put the others on a guard marker real quick, and they would keep each other alive really well. And I let the blues continue to carry the hive just so that I can have all of the browns available to fight. Once you get it out of the water though, of course browns are just as good at carrying it, so if some of the blues do die, like what just happened, you can let browns carry it the rest of the way. But I am pretty much out of time, so I'm going to go ahead and start signing off. I'm just letting them take that hive back, and in the next video we will actually go ahead and pick the group